The best bounces the Knicks have ever gotten, and an 8th seed victory no one in the East has ever achieved. Every emotion the Knicks enjoyed, they deserve. But it's only one step in what is a reinvigorated mission. Ewing stands tall, and it's the Knicks and the Hawks. Game 1, next.
Starting lineups for the Knicks being announced here at the Georgia Dome. Kurt Thomas, Larry Johnson at the forwards, Wards at the guards for game 1 of the.
You see the intensity pick up as well. There's not as much pressure in this round as it was in the first round.
Ward, nice penetration, and Houston hits his first jumper.
Good creativity by Ward. So Allan off to a good
Ewing the rebound. Charlie Ward brings it up the other way. 4-2 Knick lead. Houston another jumper, drills it.
Deja vu. Also, Mutombo will become more offensive-minded with Dudley in the game. He's had success against Dudley.
Count it, and a foul. Latrell Sprewell, quick move inside from Johnson as Dudley gets the rebound. Quick outlet. Here comes Sprewell in transition. On the pull-up. Sprewell rattles it in.
Without Ellis, so Crawford started 30 games when Ellis went down.
Sprewell, hard drive to the basket, puts it in. Latrell. Sprewell looks over the shot box, sees 5. Now makes his move on Anthony Johnson. There's the double team, spins away, puts it in. Latrell Sprewell.
So both teams looking to run.
Houston against Anthony Johnson has some height there. Houston gets it, drives underneath, puts it in, and a foul. Allan guard, he's only 6'3", and with Smith on the bench, Houston taking advantage. High percentage shots. Johnson, nice leaner. Can't go. Dudley the rebound. Quick outlet. Here comes Childs ahead to Sprewell. Down low to Houston. Houston jams it in. Beautiful fast break. And the Knicks up by double digits.
Yeah, riveting transition now by the Knicks. Houston with the good stuff.
Timeout Atlanta. And listen to the Knicks fans here at the Georgia Dome. There's certainly plenty of them. And the Knicks firing them up. An 11-point lead. 5 minutes gone by in the second. Play team now doing very well and improving here in the NBA. Sprewell, tough running shot. It's good. Latrell Sprewell feeling it. And the Knicks back up by 9.
Sprewell, a master of improvisation, showing so tonight.
Blaylock now with 8 points. Ward looking, finding Houston. Houston gets by Corbin, puts it up and in. Allan Houston, 13 points. 6 of 7 from the field.
They are moving and grooving now in their rhythm. Well, both teams with all defensive players, Horny and P.J. Brown.
Sprewell right at Mutombo.
Mutombo, not a juggernaut in the paint tonight, so Spree's had success against him penetrating in the paint.
17 points for Latrell Sprewell. The rebound.
Larry Johnson had a bear hug on Steve Smith down low.
Allan Houston, defended by Steve Smith, who's carrying 4 fouls. Houston has 22. Give him an inch, and he'll take 2 points. On the bench, Houston over Crawford.
Big mistake. You can't go behind. You got to chase the shooter.
I'm guessing Patrick is surly.
He's an old vet. He's seen it all.
Sprewell with the jumper.
The issue is can he get that old body going in the next 10 minutes?
And Ewing steps out. Blaylock finds Mutombo in the middle, but he can't handle it. Chris Childs in at the point. Allan Houston, look out.
And that's what Patrick Ewing brings for you. You see how they played that pick and roll? That's good defense. A block on Mookie Blaylock the first time, and then playing the pick and roll very smartly.
Mutombo, Dudley comes away. Shot clock to 2. Sprewell beat the buzzer.
And Bob, it's been the Knick guards. Allan Houston late in this game, and the first 2 quarters it was Sprewell now getting back on the charts.
He's got 5 fouls. Crawford blows by Sprewell. Tried to go off the glass. Back tip. Look out! Sprewell! With 27 points off the bench. You hear a lot of fans in this Georgia Dome cheering. The Knicks, to some degree, have a home court advantage. A lot of New York fans here. Down 15. Anthony Johnson, air ball. Recovered by Kurt Thomas. Ewing back on the bench, remember. He came in and quickly got his 5th foul. Sprewell missing. Dudley rebounding. Sprewell gets it from Dudley. Dudley brings so much to the Knicks. All right, let's keep our eyes on this game and the score. Knicks 92, Hawks 82. 3 minutes remaining in the game. Allan Houston spinning inside. He has been incredible, and that is his career playoff high.
Coming off that big shot, you know he's feeling it. His confidence level is as high as it's ever been.
It's been Sprewell in Houston. It's that simple offensively for the New York Knicks. Steve Smith with his quick turnaround three as a last shot there. The Hawks are going to go down 0-1. They'll play here again on Thursday night. So as the clock runs out, as Allan Houston appropriately holds the ball, the Knicks 100, the Hawks 92. Once again, the final score at 100-92 is New York.
Game 2 back at the Georgia Dome here in Atlanta. And our closed captioning is brought to you by New York Marriott Marquis, Broadway's biggest hit. Let's pick up our starting lineups.
At guard 6'6" from Tennessee, number 20, Allan Houston. And at guard 6'2" from Florida State, number 21, Charlie Ward.
13-2, it's now 14-10 Atlanta with 3:34 to go in the first period. Long turned his back. Didn't get the pass. Sprewell, and one. Fouled by Chris Crawford.
Oh, that was very nice, Bob. Look, the contact and switches hands and lays it in with the left hand. Check this out. This is a nice two-guard move. There's the contact, there's the switch, and there's the layup. Chance for a three-point play.
That's the second personal on Chris Crawford.
And see how he hid the ball? That body motion when he swung the ball is what really got him through.
Here took his first two of the playoffs, missed them both. Hawks continue to lead 20-17. Sprewell uncontested to the basket as he got past Tyrone Corbin.
Just eluded the entire back line of the Hawks. That's what happens when Mutombo's not back there roaming the key.
10-11 to go in the first half. Sprewell. Once again, Corbin did not get to him, and Sprewell now has 9. Teens at 3 with about 4 minutes gone in the first period. On the shot clock. Sprewell's lightning quickness.
Bob, that was a great play by Sprewell. I love to see guards go in there with the right hand and switch to the left.
Knicks still lead it by 1. Camby with a block. That's his second block. Charlie Ward. Sprewell.
Marcus Camby turning this game for the New York Knicks in the second quarter. Just huge.
Game 1, Sprewell. He is not missing in action. Latrell has 19. Look at that graphic. Larry Johnson has 7 in the quarter. He was scoreless in the first half. Another Hawks turnover. Sprewell. Knicks took the lead. Listen to this New York crowd. About half of the fans here, by my guess, are Knicks fans, and they exploded on that. We're at the Georgia Dome. Imagine how loud it will be at the Garden. 62-58. Camby alone. How high can you fly?
Bob, he got a running start. He started running way before he received that ball. Full head of steam for that dunk. What Mutombo's thinking about, but look at that, how high he is, almost the rim level with his head, and getting all the dunk you can get out of one play.
Making a good case for raising the rim.
Well, so far, both game 1 and 2, it's been finding some place that has energy, and Sprewell has it again tonight, and they found Marcus Camby. Again, Sprewell baseline on the elbow, the shooter's touch, three-point play possibility.
Three from Blaylock. Ball knocked away, picked up by Johnson, and the Knicks will now lead this series 2-0 with their 3rd straight playoff road win. As Latrell Sprewell, his 2nd straight 31-point game, and still getting coached from Jeff Van Gundy. 2 spectacular offensive performances from Latrell Sprewell, and the Knicks are certainly in command of the Eastern Conference semifinals. Lenny Wilkins did not think he was going to be down 0-2.
Right, he has some major adjustments. We mentioned the Knick depth, Sprewell, what to do with Sprewell, and also the Hawks' offensive utility. He had no one on tonight. Smith, their top gun, he was atrocious.
And the Knicks are now, hard to believe, 4-1 on the road in the 99 postseason. This from a team that only won 8 games on the road in the entire regular season. Final score in game 2, the Knicks 77 and the Hawks 70. Knicks now lead the best of 7 series.
Allan Houston challenging Mutombo.
That's what Lenny Wilkens does not want. The deep shots are going to miss like Larry Johnson did, but to let them penetrate, get to the rim, first 2 for Allan Houston. That time with no idea what he was doing, just come down and give the shot to Mutombo as Sprewell comes in the ballgame.
To a giant welcome from the Garden crowd, replacing Larry Johnson. Latrell Sprewell, nothing sort of sensational in the first.
Around him, and he's not in a position to make a solid play. He'll give you a shot, and he's coming out of the ball game, and the high-flying Marcus Camby is coming in.
One of the stars of game 2. The problem is you get Thomas out of the game, and Camby comes in. He's been dynamic, 13 rebounds in game 2.
Delivery.
Allan Houston gives it to Sprewell. Pops back for space and hits. Made a big hop to create some space between himself and Crawford and knocked it down. Bill refusing to give it up. They were supposed to share that replay, folks. Allan Houston, he has 4 points. Wilkens, he's coached and played in more NBA games than any other person in history. One of the 50 greatest players and 10 greatest coaches, has won more games. Marcus Camby slams home his 4th point. It's keeping in the game. They have 9 offensive rebounds. They tied it at 27.
Well, it's been the hot shooting of Steve Smith. He missed that 3, but he's right on the money, and Sprewell back on the money himself.
Him up with a shot blocking Mutombo. Oh,
Camby, too sweet.
he had time to turn around and wait for Mutombo to get underneath that one. Camby converts the steal into a slam.
Ed Gray.
Long missed the putback. Here come the Knicks on the break. Sprewell from Childs.
Every single one of the Knicks getting involved here. Camby pokes it away the first time, playing the passing lane, a la James Worthy of the ex-Laker dynasty in the 80s. And the underneath pass, terrific hands by Latrell Sprewell.
6-0 run by the Knicks. All 6 points coming on the fast break. They lead it 35-29.
Need, and he gives him his scoring. Sprewell has been able to post smaller guards, trying to work his way in against Ed Gray.
Latrell Sprewell playing with such confidence these days.
Sprewell.
Latrell Sprewell. Sprewell and Allan Houston played against each other in their Southeastern Conference days. Sprewell at Alabama, Houston at Tennessee. But now, for the first time this season, they're starting to play very well together.
Came back in the game long.
It was long. Right into the hands of Sprewell. With Houston for 3.
Good, quick giving up the ball by Sprewell. Pivot foot, but here's Allan Houston moving beautifully off of the Sprewell penetration.
An example again of how well they're working together these days. Childs backing in on Blaylock, gets it to Houston. Tough fall away shot, Allan Houston, and he's in double figures with 11. 10 seconds left in the half. Houston bounces in, Allan Houston. Second unit continues to pay dividends.
The Knicks as a team shooting 51%, but it was Latrell Sprewell who's playing at a faster pace than everybody else is, setting him up, and Marcus Camby contributions in every aspect. The Knicks getting up and down the court. Latrell Sprewell virtually unstoppable, and when Marcus Camby can play passing lanes and finish, there is nothing that the Atlanta Hawks can do about it.
The New York bench outscoring Atlanta 24-6 and out-rebounding them 13-1. New York with a lead despite only 2 first-half points from Patrick Ewing.
Doesn't have the second-half quickness to get open.
Allan Houston. Timeout Atlanta. Those easy shots. Houston.
Lenny Wilkens needs another timeout.
Throw it down.
Sprewell against Blaylock, laid it in.
back of the rim, and it was a perfect outlet to a breaking Sprewell, and they have the Hawks on the ropes.
Timeout Atlanta. New York has scored 9 in a row. Just barely to make the playoff. And there's the block shot by Camby. Sprewell, that could be a goaltend. The Knicks will be looking for the sweep tomorrow night. That game will be on Turner. Camby with a jam.
The ball movement, we talked about it from the very beginning. Everything warm and fuzzy for the Knicks again.
New York Knicks will take a commanding 3-0 lead on the Atlanta Hawks, looking for the sweep here at the Garden tomorrow night. New York had 5 players in double figures. Houston and Sprewell 17 each. Camby had 15, Dudley 14, and Larry Johnson 12. 17 each for Atlanta were Long and for Smith, but Steve Smith had 17. Allan Houston on the baseline, hits the runner, and the Knicks are up 3-2. Well, we did play 24 minutes. Ewing comes away with it. 3 Atlanta turnovers. Steve Smith got a piece of that. Houston for 3. A 7-0 New York run. Followed usually closely by Marcus Camby. Allan Houston's turnaround. 14-8 New York. Ball foul. Latrell Sprewell enters the game. He led all New York scorers in the first 2 games, 31 and 31, 26.3 average for this series, shooting 49%. The play due to their injury.
One of the only guys on the Hawks that's able to really consistently take it to the bucket with some authority. About right now, the New York Knicks are getting any shot they want, any place on the floor that they want. This is not the type of Hawks defense that we're used to seeing. No body contact, playing very soft.
10 on the clock. Ed Gray spent blocked by Latrell Sprewell, saved by Latrell Sprewell. Behind the back. That's going to be on the side.
And Latrell Sprewell and company, a little bit of showtime in their own right. Look at this quick defensive opportunity right there. Gets beat, but then has the ability to come back and get it, and then a little bit of behind the back action with Camby going to the hole. Tough, hard foul.
Picked up 2 quick fouls.
I wonder if anybody's going to make him answer the fact that he guaranteed a win.
Stolen by Sprewell. The double clutch jam. That brought them to their feet. 35-24.
The one thing the Hawks don't want is this crowd to really get into this game.
Look at the Knicks' energy on defense. Shot in Houston. Knicks by 8. Sprewell. Pull up. He has 9. Knicks go up by 10.
Sprewell, Houston pulling for each other, finding out a way to trust each other and believe that the other guy is doing the right thing is the reason this team has changed, and now a different team going into the semis.
That's true, but we came back to win that game in Game 6 in Indiana, and nobody thought we were going to win that game.
Okay, touche.
And I'm glad we won because they would have killed me in New York behind that Game 5 that we lost.
Allan Houston has 16. No way. He's maybe late in the game if we're up by 20.
I tried to talk him down to 15. He said, no. Late in the game by 20.
Rashawn McLeod in for Atlanta right now. Smith defending Sprewell. Well, let me rephrase that. Smith not successfully defending Sprewell. Rashawn at 6'8", 220. A lot of people like his game. He's just a young player, but how about all the players from Duke who are coming out, following him out into the NBA? Elton Brand, Corey Maggette, William Avery.
It's going to be interesting as you look.
Pat Riley resigned, you may recall, after Game 7 in 1995.
But when you start talking about the matchup with New York and Indiana, Patrick Ewing, who has not needed to be too forceful in this series because of the inability of the Hawks to guard Sprewell and Allan Houston. But in the next series, they have Reggie Miller, who can guard Houston. Jalen Rose and Derek McKee can guard Sprewell. And of course, right now, this city really wants Van Gundy.
You hear the chants, Van Gundy, Van Gundy. Patrick with a big smile. I haven't heard anybody blocked by Dudley. Scores for Atlanta. And Van Gundy has handled all this pressure and all the tabloid stories and all the, frankly, lies that he's had to deal with the front office. And Dave Checkett said today regarding the Phil Jackson conversation, I did lie to Jeff and to the media. I did it to try to protect people from the publicity. But Jeff Van Gundy has handled it with incredible class. Cloud losing it, and the Knicks now celebrating. A lot of soul searching will have to go on for Atlanta. They'll have to remind themselves that they have been without two of their strongest front court players in LaFonso Ellis and Allen Henderson. But Herb Williams hits the bucket. Of course, he's the fan favorite here. At 41 years old in his 18th year. 4 seconds. Garden ready to explode. That's the last shot. And the New York Knicks advance to the Eastern Conference Finals. 79-66. 966 Knicks advance to the Eastern Conference Finals.
Latrell, you kind of know the history of New York, and every year they want to fight for that #1 seed, get home court advantage. They're doing it the hard way. They barely got in, but for the first time, an 8 seed is in the conference finals.
Hey, we'll take it. You know, it's been a long road, a very tough series against Miami, and you know, we got the job done on the road against Atlanta, and that's why we're in the position we're in right now.
Now, I know you guys knew that Dave Checkett was going to have the conference today. I know the coach didn't really talk to you guys about that. You guys were focused on this game.
We were strictly thinking about Atlanta today before the game, and that was it. We wanted to close it out. We didn't want to go back to Atlanta and give them any kind of life. So we took care of business, and now we can focus in on Indiana.
You look at what happened this season. Slow start, you get hurt. You want to start. Jeff told me today he's glad you got that kind of fire in you. But your thoughts on what Jeff's gone through and how he's changed, how he's matured as a coach.
I mean, Jeff has been great. I mean, you know, a coach's job is not easy. I mean, they're always on the firing line, and you know, he's been great for this team, and we're really playing together as a team, and we wouldn't be here without him.
Now, I know you've got to know Spike a little bit. I know he likes to start things with Reggie Miller, and there's a little bit of a history with the Knicks and the Pacers. You're now involved.
Well, I am, and I'm glad I'm involved. You know, it's been a long way for me. I mean, this is what it's all about, this playoff basketball. It's exciting. You saw the energy in the Garden here today, and I'm loving that. I just want to continue to keep playing well for this franchise.
And good that you guys get this series over now. Got 5 or 6 days to rest, especially for Big Pat. I mean, he's out there. He can barely get up and down the court playing like a warrior.
Well, I mean, we can get some guys some rest now. I mean, like I said, we've had 2 tough series here, and you know, now Patrick can get his rest. LJ, I think Marcus is a little banged up as well. So those guys are definitely going to appreciate these days off, and hopefully we'll be ready when it's time to play in Indiana.
Latrell, congratulations. Appreciate it. We were going to talk with Jeff Van Gundy, and obviously he wouldn't talk until he's talked to his teammates. Let's go to Bob.
79-66, Knicks advance to the Eastern Conference Finals. We're not finished. We'll be right back to the Garden.